saying Mr. Beast 500 times and playing GTA. Just before we start, Mr. Beast, I hope you surpass T-Series and PewDiePie. Bro, you are the best YouTuber on the planet, man. And I know PewDiePie is your king, but hope you two are the number 2 at the top for YouTube. Alright, here we go. Mr. Beast, 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 Mr. Me, Mr. Beast, 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 Mr. Miss, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast, oh, Mr. Beast, oh. Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast, and Mr. Beast, and Mr. Beast did that. He did this. Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast 6000. Yeah, you know his name. He changed it once or twice, but I think it's here to stay. Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast. Shit. Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast, Miss. Oh, that looked painful. Mr. Beast, 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 oh. Mr. Beast, 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 Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast, 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 Beast, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast. Oh, I hope Mr. Beast gets a, plus 100 million subs. Hope Mr. Beast does that. I hope he does this. It's Mr. Beast, 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 and Mr. Beast gave away $100 million. Mr. Beast also gave away $500,000. Mr. Beast also gave away $100,000. Mr. Beast, 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 oh, Mr. Beast, 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 also, about Mr. Beast, yeah, Mr. Beast, yes, I'm talking about Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast is God. Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast. Hey, remember that one clip from Mr. Beast where it goes like, Logan Paul, Logan Paul, Logan Paul, Logan Paul, Logan Paul. Yeah, well, this time I'm going, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast. No. You will die. Oh, hang on, what's that? Mr. Beast, 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 Beast. Oh crap. Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast. Subscribe to Mr. Beast and Mr. Beast Gaming and Mr. Beast Reacts and Mr. Beast Philanthropy or whatever it's called and Mr. Beast 2 and subscribe to all of Mr. Beast's channels. Bombs away! Where is it? Oh, luckily it doesn't have Mr. Beast in it. There it is. I want to see it explode. There we go. Mr. Beast. 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 Just subs Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast.
You not go all the way for nothing. Let's look what you found on the island. Okay, so this is master planning screen, central hub of the whole operation.
Mr. Beast.
Everything you photograph on the island will be displayed here. Infiltration points, exfiltration points, tools, disguises, stashes of money, stashes of other things. You select item on the left. It will be shown in its place on the map.
Oh, that's not good.
Planning, planning, planning. The secret to successful operation. By the time we make our move, the party will be over and your DJ friends will be gone. We will need a way of approaching the island. Sleep in undetected or make a big entrance. The choice is yours. We will need equipment for getting into the basement and cracking the safe where the documents are kept. And of course, weapons as plan B or maybe plan A, up to you. Finally, the island security relies on shipments of weapons, ammunition, body armor, air support. We interrupt this, we make our lives a little easier, and maybe a little longer too.
Mr. Beast, 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 Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast, 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 Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast,
Beep, beep, beep. Beep
Mr. Beast, 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 Mr. Beeps, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast. All right. Guys, when I said I was going to count to 500, it's kind of hard with, like, you know, saying Mr. Beast repeatedly, because it's like, Mr. Beast, 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 Mr. Beast. and also I'll be here forever if I do so hopefully you enjoyed, and I bet, alright, Mr. Beast, if you're watching this, I bet you won't subscribe to me, you won't follow me on Twitch, if I have a PayPal you won't donate 10 grand, and you won't comment on this video. Alright? That I guarantee. I guarantee.
You'll get used to it down
Full
here, yes?
guarantee.
I do not
And
even
one other
smell the
thing,
smell
I
anymore.
bet he won't give me a shout out on either Twitch or YouTube. I'm not saying that he's mean, I'm just saying I reckon it won't happen because it's Mr. Beast. He's famous. Anyways guys, that will be it for today. Bye bye.